March is about aligned expression and conscious momentum. Often people can confuse energy and needing to get things done with a sense of urgency. But instead, I want you to start thinking about not that sense of urgency and push, 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 but instead come back to your heart space and your feelings within your body, and more about, is this actually driving you to be your authentic self because you're passionate about something. However, we can only do those things. Think about thinking about all that heat that's coming up in context of push, push, push and drive and momentum in the month of March. But we can only move forward safely when we feel safe in our body. So getting safety into the body is my conscious intention for this kinesiology balance right now. And the balance that actually came up is emotional 1.5A, which relates to a postural stress release. We can't do that balance because that requires us to be together. There is a process that you do before starting that. And that is the process of finding your safe space, creating a mental picture of a safe space in your mind so that you can call it up anytime you need it. Anytime you start feeling stressed, anytime you start feeling even frustrated or angry or upset in some way, and you could just then pause and then bring all this imagery and sensation back to your mind. So there is a process on my YouTube page to guide you through that. However, I'll just quickly explain that. And if you like, we'll just quickly go through it now. You're just closing your eyes if you are in a position to do that, or just lowering them down at least, and looking at something like maybe on the table in front of you. And I want you to remember a time where you felt most safe. And if you didn't have that time, I'd like you to create an imaginary time where you felt safe. And then I want you to start using all your 5 senses to create that. So noticing all the things that you see in that safe space. And even the people that you see, the objects that you see. Maybe there's a familiar teddy bear or a doll. And then notice all the sounds that you hear in that safe space. It could be birds chirping outside. It could be the sea, a shore coming, washing back up and down. It could be just the wind rustling through the trees. Whatever you hear, there's no rights or wrongs. And then what smells do you smell in the air, in your safe space? And what tastes come to mind in your safe space? And then imagine that you can breathe in and strengthen all that imagery. And lastly, how do you feel now in that space? Or how do you want to feel in that space? What is it to feel safe in your very own private safe space? Because the mind, whatever the mind can conceive, the mind achieves. And so if you can create this imagery in your mind and start to feel safe by creating all this imagery and sensations in your body, you will recall that every time. First, consciously, it takes time to get into practice, but over time, the more often you do it, the quicker it will become, just simply that fast. And so every time you need to feel safe in your body, every time you start to feel anxious in your work environment, thinking that you've got so much to achieve, just quickly come back, close the eyes, imagine all that, and feel safe, because you need to learn to feel safe in the body before you could create momentum in your life. I'm Anne Barrett of Empowering Health. Let me know down below how that resonates with you, or whether it doesn't resonate or does resonate. I'd love to have your feedback. And if you'd like support in feeling safe in your body to balance your autonomic nervous system in any way, kinesiology, hypnotherapy, Reiki, all fantastic tools, and I am qualified in all of those. So just book an appointment online at www.empoweringhealth.clinic.